A common question I get asked is, how do I curl my hair? So today I thought I would bring you a highly requested hair tutorial, including all the products I use. Welcome, my name is Abby. I give and showcase tons of Amazon fashion, and I also give out lots of style tips. Today's just a little bit different just because I'm showing you how I do my hair. Don't forget that everything from today's video will be linked down below in the description box. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can join my community. Just as an FYI, I am no hair professional by any means. This is just how I simply like to do my hair. Also, doing your hair is kind of like doing your nails. And so for me, it's all about the prep and all about kind of like what products you're using or what you're not using so that you can get the best curl. I should mention before we get started that my hair is generally somewhere between dry and oily. I will say I only wash it 1 to 2 times per week, and really towards the end of that, I really need to wash it. In terms of the thickness, my hair is probably like a medium thickness, and so I am able to get some volume with it, but just know that as we go along. So speaking of washing your hair, what I actually use for shampoo and conditioner is just simply Pantene. I have tried like really expensive shampoos in the past, and for whatever reason, I always find myself going back to the Pantene, and I think it's honestly because it makes my scalp feel the cleanest, and then for the conditioner, it makes my hair feel really silky smooth, and so that I'm able to comb out any tangles. So like I said, I've tried a bunch, but for whatever reason, I always go back to the Pantene. And by the way, this video is not sponsored. I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. So after I have washed and conditioned my hair, afterwards I will go in with a primer or a heat protectant spray so that when I go and use heat on it, it's obviously going to be protected. I love these two from Bumble and Bumble. I pretty much use them interchangeably, and you can see that I've been using them for years because the bottle is almost gone. I do like it because you can spray a lot in your hair and you can be super liberal with it, and it's not going to make your hair feel like gummy, or it's not gonna weigh it down, especially when you go to curl your hair. It's not gonna weigh the curls down, but it's really great for also frizz control, UV protection, and then it also softens the hair too. So it's just an all around really, really good product. And like I said, I've been using it for years. Next, after I've applied the primer or the heat protectant, I'll go in with a thickening spray. And I will say for me, my hair is a medium thickness. So if you're anywhere from medium thickness to even thin hair, this is going to be amazing for you because it gives you really, really good volume, especially if you spray it at the root. And then you go in with your blow dryer. It's going to give you a really, really good lift when it comes to the volume of your hair. So this one is absolutely great. You can be as liberal or as conservative as you want, just depends on how much volume you want. And it doesn't make your hair gummy, and you can still comb it out really nice too. The next item I'm going to be talking about are my brushes I use. So the first brush I use is going to be my Drybar comb. This one is really good. I love the bristles on it because they're nice and sturdy, but they don't feel like they're like breaking my hair. The grip on it is really nice because it has like a really, I don't know what the word is. It just feels like super grippy, if that makes sense. And so the way that I like to brush my hair is I'll start at the bottom and then I'll work my way up the shaft of the hair so that, you know, I'm not starting at the top and trying to comb it all the way down. And then, you know, I just like to try to avoid as much breakage as possible. So by starting at the bottom, working all the way up to the top is kind of the technique that I like to use. Next up is the round brush I use to blow out my hair, and this one is absolutely great for the low price point that it's at. In fact, it actually says it has a VitaBoost complex in it, which is made up of biotin and also keratin too to help strengthen your hair. This one I found to have low breakage and it gives me just some really good lift and volume as I blow dry it straight. Next up is my Drybar blow dryer, and this one is 100% worth every single penny that you spend on it because it dries your hair so fast. It also gives you really nice lift without making your hair look super frizzy. It also has a negative ion technology that helps condition your hair. Like I said, remove the frizz and adds shine. It also has 3 temperature settings, 2 speed settings, and a cool shot button. And like I said, this one is worth every single penny that you spend on it. I've had other blow dryers in the past, and like truly and honestly, they made me look like I stuck a fork in a electrical socket. My hair looked wild. Next are the clips that I use to help put up my hair, especially because I will not only blow dry my hair, but also curl my hair in different sections. And so I really love these Drybar clips because they don't leave any like indentations in my hair. They're also really easy to just get in your hair and then quickly take them out. And so for that, absolutely love these. You can also use them on wet hair and also dry hair too. And so lastly, let's actually talk about the curler that I use to curl my hair. This one is so inexpensive. Your jaw will hit the floor when you find out how cheap this curler is, but don't mistaken the word cheap for not good quality, because this one I've had for, I don't know, probably like 5+ years, and it is a solid little curler. Now, I did start off using the clamp version of it, and that one worked absolutely great, but I did notice that the curl is a little bit different than the wand. So I got a little bit curious and I started experimenting with the wand. I do like the wand better because it gives you a better beachy looking wave versus the clamp version gives me more of a, almost like a Shirley Temple type of curl. And so I absolutely love the wand version of it. It is a 1-inch barrel, and that's actually a really important key part of this, is because the smaller the barrel, the more likely your curl is going to hold in your hair. Because I've had curlers in the past that are like 2 inches plus, and what ends up happening is you'll get the nice voluminous curl at first, but then eventually over time it just kind of falls out. And so for me, I like that 1-inch curl because maybe initially it looks a little bit tight and a little bit almost like Shirley Temple-like, but over time, it's going to loosen up and look really good. So the actual curler itself has obviously like an on-off button, but then it also has a turbo boost to it too, which I pretty much use every single time, and it heats up in probably 30 or 45 seconds. It's really quick. Obviously it gets really, really hot, so be careful. So how I actually go and curl my hair is, like I said, I will section the different parts out. So I'll section off the top part first, leaving the bottom part out. I'll use those Drybar clips that we talked about a little bit earlier to hold up the dry hair. And then I'll work my way from the back all the way to the front in terms of the curl. So I'll start in the back of my head and curl. I usually always curl away from my face. However, if you are somebody that doesn't necessarily like your curl to all eventually curl into one big curl, if that makes sense, then doing kind of like an every other, so curling away from your face and then curling towards your face. And then as soon as you get to the pieces around your face, you're gonna wanna curl away. So just kind of keep that in mind. However, for me, I don't really have like a huge issue with keeping them, all my curls all separate. So I usually go the same way every single time just to keep it easy. And so again, I'll just curl my hair away from my face. How I usually do it is I will obviously curl the hair with the wand, and then I'll slowly release the curl into my hand. And then I'll leave the curl in my hand for a good solid 15 to 30 seconds to let the curl actually cool down. When you let it cool down, it's setting the curl. So the longer you let it cool, the better chance that the curl is gonna hold longer. And so as soon as kind of at the end of the 30 seconds or whatnot, you can go ahead, release the curl, and it's gonna be the cutest little curl you've ever seen. Don't touch it, by the way. Don't touch that curl. And I don't put any hairspray or anything on it afterwards. I don't even brush it. If you do brush it, then it's obviously gonna brush out the curl. So I don't do anything to it. Now, if you do have thinner hair and you have to use obviously the hairspray to like actually hold it there, by all means do what's best for you. But for me, I don't typically put in any hairspray or brush it out just because I like to be able to just let it sit for as long as possible. For me, that's kind of like the rundown of how I like to curl my hair. And so if you find that you want to only wash your hair maybe one time a week, I absolutely love the Living Proof Dry Shampoo. It's a little bit more of an expensive product, but I think it is worth every single penny. I get like a really good, nice, clean feeling without it feeling too like gunky or gummy, and it also gives me some nice extra lift as well, because I know like whenever my hair starts to get a little bit greasy, it feels a little bit weighed down. And so the Living Proof Dry Shampoo really helps kind of give it a little bit more volume, and it smells really good too. I know I said I don't normally use hairspray. However, there are those one-off chances where I will have to use it. For instance, like if I'm going to a wedding or if it's going to be really humid outside, I will use a lightweight spray. In fact, Pantene makes a really good one. So just in case you have to like go in and comb your hair, it's not gonna feel like you can't get the comb in and comb it out. And that's why I like a lightweight spray. If you are looking for more hair favorites, I have a ton linked over on my Amazon storefront. That idea list will be linked down below in the description box. Also, I would love for you to be a member of my community here on Sister's Guide to Style. So go ahead, hit that follow button, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.